India has issued statement on Bangladesh over the row over arrest of a priest in Bangladesh. India says that Bangladesh must save the minorities and that the interim government must live up to the responsibilities. India, remember, has the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal has said that India has strongly raised the threats and attacks on Hindus minorities. We also see ISKCON as a globally well-recognized organization. The spokesperson of the MEA also said that Bangladesh must take responsibility and provide safety to minorities, and that the government has taken serious note on Bangladesh incidents. And my colleague Mohammad Ghazali joins us to get us more on this. Ghazali, just break it down for us. What has the Ministry of External Affairs said as far as the Bangladesh issue is concerned right now?
See, Osama, there are two responses. One, which we just heard from the MEA spokesperson, Mr. Ranveer Jaiswal, reiterating the fact that how the government of India has been raising this issue consistently since August, since the regime change in Bangladesh, with its Bangladesh counterparts about the safety of minorities there. Because since August, there have been numerous incidents of attacks on temples, on mosques being associated with the Ahmadiyya community as well. And when he quoted today, he kept saying that it is about the situation of minorities in Bangladesh, and they expect that the government of Bangladesh will take responsibility for the safety of minorities. But there was questions asked about the role of Sheikh Hasina, that she is here in India and she has been commenting about or criticizing the interim government of Bangladesh, and whether Sheikh Hasina being in India criticizing Bangladesh government will only foment more trouble. And MEA perhaps said that the spokesperson clearly said that he won't comment on the issue. But when it comes to the safety of Hindus or the minorities in Bangladesh, it has repeatedly raised this issue with their Bangladeshi counterparts, and it expects the government to take some concrete action about it. The other response, which was filed in the parliament today, in the Lok Sabha today, regarding the same issue of that how Indian High Commissioner in Bangladesh is also in touch with its counterparts in Bangladesh. He is constantly monitoring the situation, and they expect now that after severe criticism and repeatedly raising this issue, perhaps the government of Bangladesh will take some concrete action. He also spoke about the Hindu priest there who is associated with ISKCON, that he has been arrested, and whether it amounts to witch hunt against the priest who comes from the minority community. And the Ranveer Jaiswal said that they expect the court to have a very impartial view of the entire probe, and he'll get all his legal rights to exercise as he's facing the charges there.
Right. As far as the future course of action is concerned with respect to this entire incident, we understand that we are still waiting for Bangladesh to come up with a concrete answer and steps with respect to this priest's arrest. But just give us a sense of what are the possible steps that Indian government might take in order to address this issue.
See, Osama, I'll just refer to the reply of the External Affairs Ministry, which was tabled in the Parliament today in the Lok Sabha, where it said that following the attacks on Jehoreshwari Kali temple during the Durga Puja earlier this year, following these attacks, the government of Bangladesh had issued instructions for providing special security, including deployment of army and border guards of Bangladesh to ensure peaceful celebrations of Durga Puja. The High Commission of India in Dhaka continues to monitor the situation related to the minorities in Bangladesh closely, and the primary responsibility, as it was reiterated, lies with the Bangladeshi government. But what is more concerning is that there are many groups in Bangladesh and also back in India who are expecting the Indian government to do something beyond issuing a statement or beyond talking to the government of Bangladesh, to ensure that there are some concrete measures taken and some results is obviously seen. So why MEA keeps saying that the entire responsibility lies on the Bangladeshi government? Because earlier during the Durga Puja celebrations also threats were issued against the minority community or those who celebrate Durga Puja there, and when Indian government raised it issue with their Bangladeshi counterparts, certainly some impact was seen, that at least the army or the security forces were deployed outside the temples. In the same way now, they expect that with the arrest of the Hindu priest there, the killing of a lawyer who was not associated with the case, but it is being made out as if the ISKCON supporters there killed that lawyer, and later that entire issue being blown out of proportion only to sort of increase attacks on minorities. So these issues were asked to the MEA MEA spokesperson, and he categorically said that when they diplomatically raise these issues with the Bangladeshi government, they certainly respond affirmative, and perhaps they expect now as well that the Bangladesh government will take some steps to ensure that these attacks, these open threats and marches on the street by Islamist groups or the groups which are threatening the Hindu minorities there, the government will take certain action to stop these attacks. And one positive action, at least which we have received till now, was the court not accepting a petition in Bangladesh which had called to declare the ISKCON as a terror organization. That petition was not accepted by the court. You call it the diplomatic pressure from India or their own wisdom by the judges there, but certainly the situation is very alarming, and those victims there, people from the minority community, are also expecting the government to take some concrete action to ensure that their lives are safe there.
All right, Mohammad Ghazali, thank you very much for getting us all the latest and breaking it down for us. In the meanwhile, let's listen in to what Mr. Randhir Jaiswal has said on the entire Bangladesh issue.
India has consistently and strongly raised with the Bangladesh government the threats and targeted attacks on Hindus and other minorities. Our position on the matter is very clear. The interim government must live up to its responsibility of protecting all minorities. We are concerned at the surge of extremist rhetoric, increasing incidents of violence and provocation. These developments cannot be dismissed only as media exaggerations. We once again call upon Bangladesh to take all steps for the protection of minorities.